Okay, so today I want to talk to you about something that I think is a little fucking weird and creepy, and that is the concept of poking on Facebook. Earlier today, my phone went off, and it was a lovely text message via Facebook that had informed me that some random, creepy stranger man that I did not know had poked me. Now, one, I don't know who came up with this idea. I don't know if like Mark Zuckerberg was like, oh, and you know what, one thing that I'm going to revolutionize the entire way that humans interact, and you know one thing that would make it completely perfect, like that final touch, I'm going to make them be able to cyber poke each other, because that's not weird or creepy at all. The word poke is fucking weird. Like, poke, it's like half-assing forking them or something. Like it's a fucking weird, creepy, like old man like would go around like poke younger boys when he's like a fucking pedophile with his dick that doesn't work very well. That's what I think of when I think of poke. I think of Herbert on fucking Family Guy and what he would do to Chris. So there's that. Two, typically you don't ever know the guys that poke you. Sometimes you do. Most of the time you don't. And most of the time they're much older. So, like, when did this become acceptable? Like, when did this become socially acceptable for, like, these older men that, you know, clearly, I mean, if they're turning to poking on Facebook, they've clearly been turned down at bars. I mean, this is like a desperation mode. Or, I mean, I don't think it's playfully flirting, because, I mean, I typically, whenever I playfully flirt with people, I don't go, poke, and then just sit there and wait. Because that's what I picture they're doing. They're poking, and I'm just being like, oh, I wonder if she'll poke me back. Because it's like the only real life like thing that I can think to describe this as is like whenever dogs meet each other and they sniff each other's butts. Like, that's what this makes me think of. Like, oh, hi, I'm not actually trying to hump you just yet, but I want to go ahead and smell your butt to see if it may quite ever be a possibility. Here, I'll smell yours, you smell mine. Oh, you didn't want to return that? Well, that's fucking rude. That's what I think of poking. It's like we've regressed through evolution from, you know, being human beings to like where we are modeling our social lives, since we relied so heavily on that. It's kind of like real life now, after dogs, and we are virtually sniffing each other's butts. That's what that makes me think of. So there's that. Like, I don't understand like why we had to change from the good old fashioned motherfucking handshake. Like, that, it was more than enough human interaction from a stranger. Like, I mean, you're not supposed to talk to strangers. You're not supposed to, I mean, you're raised with that, like, ingrained in your head. Is someone, so what if a motherfucking stranger doesn't talk to you, he just comes up and fucking pokes you? It's fucking weird. And anyway, it's kind of cyber rape. I mean, I didn't ask to be poked. You kind of poked me without my desire or want. So, I mean, that's a little bit kind of like cyber motherfucking rape. So now you're a cyber rapist. So please, for the love of Satan and everything unholy, take your little cyber pokey device and keep it to yourself, because it's fucking weird and it's fucking creepy. No one fucking likes it. That's all.